Welcome, dear viewers, to another captivating episode of our series, Biblical Stories. Today we delve into the remarkable tale of the Great Flood, a pivotal event in human history that showcases the power of divine judgment and the promise of redemption. Join us as we embark on a journey through the dramatic account of Noah and the catastrophic flood that reshaped the world. The Great Flood. When the Lord saw that the people were very wicked and constantly thought of doing wrong, He became very sad because He had created human beings. The Lord was so sad and heavy-hearted that He said, "I will wipe out this people I have created from the face of the earth, along with all the animals, the creatures that crawl on the ground, and the birds, because I am very sad that I created them." But the Lord God approved of what Noah was doing. This is the story of Noah. He was the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Noah was a righteous man and always obeyed God. Among the people of his time, Noah lived in communion with God. To God, all the other people were wicked, and there was violence everywhere. God looked at the world and saw that it was full of sin, because all the people were doing only evil things. God said to Noah, "I have decided to put an end to all human beings. I will completely destroy them, and also destroy the earth because it is full of violence. Get good wood and build a large boat for yourself. Make compartments in it and seal all the cracks with pitch, inside and out. The dimensions will be as follows: 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for the boat and leave a half-cubit space between the sides and the roof. Build 3 decks inside the boat and put a door on one side. I am going to send a flood to cover the earth in order to destroy everything that has life. Everything on the earth will die. But I will make a covenant with you. So enter the boat and take your wife, your sons and their wives with you. Also, take a male and a female of every kind of bird, every kind of animal, and every kind of creature that crawls on the ground, in order to preserve them alive. Gather and take all kinds of food so that you and the animals will have something to eat." And Noah did everything as God had commanded. Then the Lord God said to Noah, "Enter the boat, you and your whole family, because I have seen that you are the only person who does what is right. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal. Also, take 7 pairs of every kind of bird to preserve the existing species on the earth. In 7 days I will make it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. This way I will put an end to all the living creatures I have created." And Noah did everything as the Lord God had commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters covered the earth. In order to escape the flood, he entered the boat with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives. The clean and unclean animals, the creatures that crawl on the ground, and the birds entered the boat with Noah, 2 by 2, male and female, as God had commanded. 7 days later, the floodwaters began to cover the earth. At that time, Noah was 600 years old. On the 17th day of the 2nd month, all the springs of the great sea burst forth, and the windows of the sky were opened. Rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Noah and his wife, his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives entered the ark. They went in along with animals of every kind, the domestic and the wild, the creatures that crawl on the ground, and the birds. All the animals entered the ark with Noah, 2 by 2, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. The floodwaters prevailed on the earth for 40 days. The waters rose and lifted the ark, and it floated above the earth. The waters kept rising, and the ark continued to float. The waters rose so high that they covered all the highest mountains on the earth, and the waters kept rising until they were about 22 feet above the mountain tops. Every living thing that moved on the earth perished: birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained alive. The waters kept prevailing on the earth for 150 days. Then God remembered Noah and all the animals with him in the ark. He caused a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters began to subside. The springs of the great sea and the windows of the sky were closed, and the rain from the sky stopped. The waters gradually receded from the earth. After 150 days, the waters had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the 1st day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the ark and released a raven. It kept flying back and forth until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then Noah released a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could not find a place to rest its feet, because there was still water over all the surface of the earth. So Noah reached out and brought the dove back into the ark. He waited another 7 days, and again sent out the dove from the ark. In the evening the dove returned to him, and there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited another 7 days and sent out the dove again, but this time it did not return to him. When Noah was 601 years old, the water that had been over the earth had dried up. On the first day of the first month, Noah removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that crawl on the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number." So Noah and his wife, along with their sons and their wives, came out of the ark. All the animals and birds in groups according to their species also came out. Noah built an altar to offer sacrifices to the Lord God. He took clean birds and animals, one of each kind, and burned them as sacrifices on the altar. The pleasing aroma of the sacrifices pleased the Lord, and he said to himself, "I will never again curse the ground because of mankind, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. And I will never again destroy all living creatures as I have just done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." God blessed Noah and his sons, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. All the wild animals, all the birds, all the creatures that crawl on the ground, and all the fish in the sea will fear and dread you. They are given into your hands. You may eat them, along with every green plant. I give them all to you as food. But you must not eat meat with blood still in it, for the life of every creature is its blood. I will require the life of any human or animal that takes another's life. Whoever sheds human blood, by humans shall their blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made mankind. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth." God also said to Noah and his sons, "Now I establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark, every living creature on earth. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth." And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth." Lessons. 1. The consequences of wickedness. The Great Flood serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked wickedness. The pervasive sinfulness and violence that had spread throughout humanity compelled God to intervene and cleanse the earth. This teaches us the importance of living righteously and striving to align our actions with God's will. 2. Obedience and faithfulness. Noah's unwavering obedience and faithfulness to God's instructions set him apart from the rest of humanity. Despite the daunting task of building an ark and enduring ridicule from others, Noah remained steadfast and followed God's guidance. This story emphasizes the significance of obedience and faithfulness in our own lives. 3. The covenant of grace. In the aftermath of the flood, God established a covenant with Noah and all living creatures, symbolized by the rainbow. This covenant represents God's promise to never again destroy the earth by a flood. It demonstrates God's faithfulness and his unending grace towards humanity, offering hope and assurance for the future. 4. The power of redemption. Noah and his family found salvation in the ark, a vessel of protection amidst the devastation. This serves as a powerful symbol of redemption, highlighting God's mercy and providing a way of escape from judgment. It reminds us that even in the darkest times, God offers a path to salvation and renewal. 5. The stewardship of creation. Noah's responsibility to preserve and care for every living creature on the ark underscores the importance of our role as stewards of God's creation. This story calls us to be mindful of our impact on the environment and to strive for responsible and sustainable practices that honor God's creation. As Noah and his family emerged from the ark, a new chapter in human history began, a chapter marked by God's covenant, redemption, and the promise of a future. Join us in the next episode of Biblical Stories as we continue to explore the rich tapestry of faith and the profound narratives that shape our understanding of God's plan for humanity. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we unravel the mysteries of another captivating biblical account. Don't miss out on the enlightening lessons and profound insights that await us in the pages of history.